here today by numerous symbols. There's the parade, people in uniform, and they are symbolic of and remind us of the more than 2.3 million people who have served in our armed forces. There are flags, our national and our royal anthems, which are symbolic of our country, the values that we share, the freedom that we have, and the lives that we live. There is this gathering itself, a gathering which symbolizes our freedom of assembly, that we can collectively express things together and of the common life that we share. There is the symbol of the cenotaph and of the 2 minutes of silence, which symbolize the over 118,000 who have given their lives in our armed forces, and the many who have come home wounded in body and in mind. But perhaps the greatest symbol of all is the poppy. Flanders Fields states, "In Flanders Fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row." The poppy, those words of Flanders Fields, remind us to remember, to reflect upon the sacrifices that have been made on our behalf, and to honor them. The poppy as well, though, speaks to the hope of peace, and while it has been a symbol of this moment for over 100 years, at its very beginning, it spoke to a collective hope that peace can be shared by all. In 2 words, honor and remembrance, I think we capture the essence of the symbol of the poppy. We honor those who have gone on before. We remember them, but we also remember what they work towards, peace for all. And while symbols are incredibly important, in and of themselves, they do nothing. What they do is point us, the living, toward action, toward convictions, towards a way forward. Symbols matter. They matter because they remind us that there is more to our lives than the day-to-day happenings, and we are called to a greater good. We are reminded that sacrifice is important. We do things for others, even though it can be difficult. We are reminded by these symbols that the greater good matters. We are reminded by these symbols that freedom comes with a cost, sometimes an incredible cost, and often with a fight. Against this background, though, what we yearn for is peace. We look at a world today that is mired in conflict. I know it breaks many of our hearts. There's a sadness, those images of death and destruction, well, they bring a tear to our eye. And so, we dig deep. We remember. We honor those who have gone on before, and we recognize that that dream of peace is worth pursuing, is worth fighting for, and is achievable. We do it against the backdrop of our hopes and dreams. And I think our scriptures today, which speak to a different reality than we often experience, remind us of this. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who are humble. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who think of others. But ultimately, we have that wonderful line, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be children of God. It is a reminder, along with all of these symbols that surround us today, that there is a higher calling, a calling of peace, a calling of understanding, a calling of sacrifice, and a calling of the greater good. So today, look around you. Remember all of the symbols in our lives which point us towards more, symbols which have meaning, symbols which matter, and symbols which ultimately speak towards a hope of a new tomorrow. The poppy is symbolizes remembrance and honor. Let us remember all of those who have served, all of those who have suffered, all of those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. But let us also honor them by lifting up that hope of peace, that promise of a new tomorrow, and to remember the peacemaker.